I cheated, I think that I shouldn't, but no, I should've. The CID can't chat to me, I'm so fluent, I dodged that bullet. Shit, this gal wanted me, I would've put it all in the block like would've. Black shot like would've. Anytime when the pagans ran in, the man back, man, could the gal them manage. My last bitch weren't banging, she does be a chatting. Why she always jamming? Yeah, I got my young thing back from early. She was trapped in the jewelry package. Star sign Scorpio, shorty sassy. And of course she damaged. Girls run shell down the auto arena. Hop out the car, let me say man a Reba 10 toe step with a new tutu. She my new ballerina. Black whip blessing out the corner. You can't see me, your time's up John Cena. See me in the Nina, I'm a Masita. Shawty, she my side chick, Shensia. Step out, don't pre up, cause that's my kudos. I cooked on goose, I cheated, I think that I shouldn't, but no, I should've. This CID can't chat to me, I'm so fluent, I dodged that bullet. Shit, this gal wanted me, I would've put it all in the block like would've. Step out, don't pre up, cause that's my kudos. I cooked on goose, I cheated, I think that I shouldn't, but no, I should've. This CID can't chat to me, I'm so fluent, I dodged that bullet. Shit, this gal wanted me, I would've put it all in the block like would've. Black shot like would've, yeah. Black shot like would've, yeah. Black shot like would've, yeah. Black shot like, I would've put it all in the block like would've. Black shot like, my baby girl knows I'm the preacher. Teach her how to boot off like a keeper. Pre for ops, then pop up with a teaser. Visa pass, let's fly off to Ibiza. True say the tug, them when I meet up. Boot the Glock, then pull up with a keyshot. Posted on the man, then with a creature. Multiply the bin bags in a liter. She keep texting from a distance, no meter. Baby, come smoke my sativa. Expensive, cause she fleek up. Bougie, so I still eat at a Nika. Irish Swiss and mixed with Dominica. Classy, but I still grip on my beaver. He talks about you, mama see her. Don't be duck, cause that is a deceiver. Step out, don't pre up, cause that's my kudos. I grip on goose, I cheated, I think that I shouldn't, but no, I should've. The CID can't chat to me, I'm so fluent, I dodged that bullet. Shit, this gal wanted me, I would've put it all in the block like would've. Step out, don't pre up, cause that's my kudos. I grip on goose, I cheated, I think that I shouldn't, but no, I should've. The CID can't chat to me, I'm so fluent, I dodged that bullet. Shit, this gal wanted me, I would've put it all in the block like would've. Black shot like would've, yeah. Black shot like would've, yeah. Black shot like would've, yeah. Black shot like, I would've put it all in the block like would've. Black shot like doodle, yeah. Black shot like would've, yeah. Black shot like would've, yeah. Black shot like, I would've put it all in the block like would've. Black shot like.
can't give you what you need. I can't give you what you want. I can't give you what you need. Can't give you what you want. Can't give you what you need. I can't give you what you want. Now I see you over there looking at me with those eyes. I can tell that you want more, but it's just a big surprise. And I'm gonna let you down. I'm gonna let you down. It's just a matter of time. So take it from me, take it from me, take it from me.
makes you feel like.
Anybody wants to get mellow, you can turn around and get the fuck out.
Before we go home, I want everybody to get on their feet because we got to do this right.